Madison Square Garden, New York City. March 29th, 1907 und 80. Sunday evening, 8:15 p.m. The corridors of the world's most famous sports arena are pulsating with an electric tension that can be felt in every concrete wall, every flickering fluorescent light, every breath of the thousands of people packed into this legendary venue. Tonight is not just any wrestling match. This is the final major confrontation before WrestleMania 3, the biggest wrestling event of the year. Outside these walls, New York City buzzes with its usual energy, but inside, something monumental is about to unfold. 20,000 fans are on their feet in the arena above, their voices creating a thunderous roar that shakes the very foundation of the building. "Hogan! Hogan! Hogan!" The chant echoes through the steel beams, bounces off the concrete walls, and penetrates deep into the backstage areas where the real drama unfolds. These fans have paid their hard-earned money, traveled from across the country, some even from other nations, just to witness what they believe will be another typical Hulk Hogan victory. They expect to see their hero overcome impossible odds, flex his 24-inch pythons, and send the crowd home happy with another triumphant "What you gonna do, brother?" But none of them, not a single soul in that roaring crowd, knows what is happening in the depths of Madison Square Garden's backstage area. They don't know that their hero, their invincible American champion, is standing alone in a dimly lit corridor, with his hands trembling like autumn leaves in a winter storm. They don't know that just 5 minutes ago, Andre the Giant said something to Hulk Hogan that has shaken the very core of everything he believes about himself, his career, and his place in the wrestling world. Gorilla position. If you don't know wrestling, you might not understand the significance of this name, but to anyone who has ever worked in the wrestling business, gorilla position is sacred ground. Named after the legendary Gorilla Monsoon, this is WWE's nerve center, the final staging area before performers step through those curtains and into the bright lights of immortality. It's a cramped, utilitarian space that smells of industrial carpet, stale coffee, and decades of nervous sweat from the greatest wrestlers who ever lived. The area is filled with the organized chaos of live television production. Metal stairs painted institutional gray lead up to the entrance curtain. Thick black cables snake across the floor like electrical serpents, carrying the signals that beam this spectacle to millions of homes across America and around the world. Banks of monitors flicker with blue light, showing different camera angles of the arena above. But right now, in the center of this controlled chaos, stands Hulk Hogan, and nothing about him looks controlled. He's wearing his iconic yellow and red wrestling attire, the colors that have made him the most recognizable athlete in the world. His yellow boots are polished to perfection, his red wrestling trunks fit like they were painted on his muscular frame, and his yellow weight belt catches the harsh fluorescent lighting. But something is different this time. Hulk's usual confident stance, that trademark posture that screams, "I am invincible," has given way to something none of his colleagues have ever seen before. Tension. Real, genuine, deep-seated tension that radiates from his body like heat waves from summer asphalt. His shoulders are slightly hunched, his breathing is shallow and quick, and most unsettling of all, his hands are shaking with barely perceptible tremors. Andre the Giant. Even his name carries weight that can be felt in the air when it's spoken aloud. 7 feet, 4 inches tall, and 520 pounds of human mountain, Andre Rene Roussimoff is not just a wrestler. He is a phenomenon of nature, a genetic miracle that occurs perhaps once in a century. When he stands next to normal-sized human beings, the size difference is so extreme, it almost seems like a camera trick or a special effect from a Hollywood movie. Standing next to Hulk Hogan, who is himself a large man by any normal standard, Andre appears to be from a completely different species. His presence fills not just physical space but psychological space as well. When Andre enters a room, Conversations stop, heads turn, and everyone becomes acutely aware that they are in the presence of something truly extraordinary. But there's something else about Andre that makes him particularly formidable tonight. It's his intelligence, his understanding of human psychology, and his ability to read people with the precision of a master chess player, analyzing his opponent's weaknesses. Speaking in his distinctive French accent, with words that roll off his tongue slowly and deliberately like boulders tumbling down a mountainside, Andre has perfected the art of psychological warfare. The conversation began innocently enough. Andre approached Hulk in the hallway leading to gorilla position, his massive frame casting a shadow that seemed to swallow the fluorescent lighting. "Terry," Andre said, using Hulk's real name instead of his stage persona. "We need to talk. Man to man, wrestler to wrestler." And then Andre the Giant said the words that changed everything. "You are not a real wrestler, Terry. You're just a showman, an actor playing a part. Tonight, in front of 20,000 people, I will teach you what real wrestling means. I will show you what real power looks like. And when this match is over, everyone in that arena will understand the difference between entertainment and authentic combat." The words hit Hulk Hogan like a physical blow to the solar plexus, stealing his breath and making his vision blur for just a moment. In his entire career, no one had ever dared to question his legitimacy so directly and so brutally. Andre the Giant had just articulated Hulk's deepest, most private fears and insecurities, the doubts that kept him awake at 3 a.m. when the arena lights were dark and the crowds had gone home. Hulk's mind immediately began racing through a mental catalog of self-doubt and justification. Is Andre right? Has Hollywood corrupted him? Have the movie roles, television appearances, and mainstream media interviews transformed him from a legitimate wrestler into something else entirely? But then other memories surface. He remembers the brutal training sessions under Hiro Matsuda in Florida, where the legendary trainer showed no mercy to aspiring wrestlers. He remembers learning from Lou Thesz, one of the greatest legitimate wrestlers in history. Sound waves from the arena shake the backstage area like earthquake tremors. "We want Hogan! We want Hogan!" The chants echo off the concrete walls, bounce through the metal framework of the building, and penetrate every corner of the backstage area. These aren't just voices, they're the collective will of 20,000 people who have invested their emotions, their money, and their dreams into seeing their hero triumph once again. The sound is deafening, overwhelming, almost physical in its intensity. It's the kind of crowd reaction that most wrestlers dream about their entire careers. The validation that comes from knowing that thousands of strangers care deeply about your success or failure. But right now, instead of energizing Hulk Hogan, the crowd's enthusiasm only amplifies his anxiety. Each chant feels like additional pressure, another expectation he might not be able to meet. Hulk's music is about to play. The technical crew is making final adjustments to the sound system, checking levels, ensuring that when those first patriotic notes of Real American blast through the arena's speakers, they will hit with maximum impact. This song has become synonymous with triumph, with overcoming odds, with the American dream personified in the form of a muscular man in yellow and red. But Hulk is still standing there in gorilla position, thinking, doubting, allowing Andre's words to poison his confidence at the worst possible moment. Andre's words keep spinning in his head like a broken record, each repetition making them seem more true, more damaging to his sense of self. "You are not a real wrestler." The phrase loops endlessly through his consciousness, gaining power with each iteration. What if Andre is right? What if tonight, in front of all these people who believe in him, he becomes helpless against Andre's real power in the ring? What if he has to be humbled, exposed as a fraud, in front of 20,000 people who trusted him to be their hero? The fear is not just about losing a match. Professional wrestlers lose matches all the time. It's part of the business, part of the ongoing storylines that keep audiences engaged. The fear is about being revealed as something less than what he claims to be, about having his deepest insecurities validated in the most public way possible. The fear is about disappointing not just himself, but everyone who has ever believed in what Hulk Hogan represents. There are others in gorilla position too. Pat Patterson, Gerald Briscoe, Vince McMahon's right-hand men. They can feel the tension too. They see the expression on Hulk's face. This isn't normal pre-match nervousness. This is something deeper, an identity crisis. Pat Patterson approaches Hulk. "Terry, is everything okay?" Hulk turns his head. There's an expression in his eyes never seen before. Uncertainty. "Pat," he says slowly, "is Andre right? Am I really just a showman?" Patterson's face becomes serious. He puts his hand on Hulk's shoulder. "Listen to me, Terry. Andre is testing you. He's trying to break you mentally. But you know, you're not just a showman. You're one of the best in this business. You have technique, you have power, but most importantly, you can move that crowd. That's also a talent. Andre is jealous of that." Hulk considers Patterson's words, but Andre's words still echo in his ears. He feels he needs to do something different this time. He won't just rely on showmanship. He'll show Andre his real power too. Hulk's music starts playing in the arena. As the first notes of Real American are heard, 20,000 people jumped to their feet. Crazy joy. But Hulk is still standing backstage. The music is playing, but he's not coming out yet. Gerald Briscoe is panicking. "Hulk, your music's playing. You need to go out." His words carry the weight of live television, of millions of viewers waiting, of a show that depends on perfect timing. But Hulk is calm. For the first time, this calm washes over him. The panic subsides, the trembling stops, and something crystallizes in his mind with perfect clarity. He takes a deep breath. Then he makes a decision that will define his entire career. Tonight, he won't just be Hulk Hogan, the character who poses and flexes. He'll also be Terry Bolley, the trained wrestler who learned his craft from legends. Both the character and the real person will step through those curtains. He'll show Andre both sides of himself. Hulk leaves gorilla position. He climbs the metal stairs. But his walk is different this time. His usual exaggerated showman attitude is gone. More serious, more determined steps, as if he's going to war. The curtains open. Madison Square Garden's lights engulf Hulk. 20,000 people go crazy. But this time Hulk doesn't wave to the crowd. He looks directly at the ring. Andre is standing there, arms crossed, his giant body filling the ring. He looks at Hulk, smiling. As Hulk walks toward the ring, a plan forms in his mind. Andre expects physical strength, brute force, but Hulk will show him something different. Technical wrestling, real wrestling techniques. He'll attack in a style Andre doesn't expect, isn't prepared for. Hulk reaches ringside. He steps through the ropes. He stands in the same ring as Andre. The height difference is incredible. Andre's shadow covers Hulk, but this time Hulk isn't intimidated. He looks directly into Andre's eyes, and for the first time, he sees surprise in Andre's eyes. This Hulk is different. The referee starts the match. Andre goes on the attack. He brings his giant hands toward Hulk, but Hulk is ready. He grabs Andre's arm, uses leverage. This is a classic wrestling move. Technical move. Andre is surprised. This wasn't something he expected from Hulk. Hulk uses Andre's momentum. He turns Andre's weight against him. This is a judo principle. Redirecting force instead of meeting it head-on. Andre loses his balance. This is a very rare situation for a 7'4" giant. The 520-pound body sways. The crowd holds its breath. Is Andre the Giant losing his balance? Is this possible? Hulk doesn't miss the opportunity. He grabs Andre's waist. This is also a technical move. Not pure strength, leverage, and timing. He starts to lift Andre's body. 20,000 people in Madison Square Garden watch in silence. Is Andre the Giant being lifted? This seems impossible, but Hulk is doing it. A technically perfect body slam. Andre's giant body rises into the air, and then, teet, tud, the ring shakes. Andre falls to the ground. Silence. 1 second of silence. Then, explosion. 20,000 people go crazy. They're experiencing one of the most incredible moments they could ever see in their lives. Andre the Giant has fallen. Hulk Hogan lifted him and slammed him to the ground. Andre slowly gets up. There's surprise on his face. This was something he didn't expect. He looks at Hulk, and at that moment, he understands something. This man isn't just a showman. This man is a real wrestler. He has technical skill. He has physical strength. But most importantly, he has mental toughness. Andre approaches Hulk. The crowd wonders what he'll do. Andre whispers in Hulk's ear. Only Hulk hears. "You are real wrestler, Terry. I respect you." These words touch Hulk's heart. He's gained the approval of one of the greatest legends. Not just as a character, but as a wrestler too. Andre extends his hand. Hulk shakes it. 20,000 people in the arena witness this moment. A moment of respect. A show of respect between two legends. The match ends. Hulk wins. But the real victory is different. He's earned Andre's respect. He's regained his self-confidence. Now he's not just Hulk Hogan. He's both Hulk Hogan and Terry Bollea. When he returns backstage, Pat Patterson greets him. "How do you feel, Terry?" Hulk smiles. For the first time, a real smile. "I feel good, Pat. Really good." After that night, Hulk Hogan's career changed. He no longer relied solely on showmanship. He had combined it with technical wrestling, and this match with Andre the Giant became one of the most important moments in wrestling history. Those 5 crucial minutes at Madison Square Garden changed the history of both Hulk Hogan and the wrestling world forever. Andre's psychological challenge had made Hulk a better, more complete wrestler than he had ever been before. And that body slam wasn't just a wrestling move or a moment of physical triumph. It was a turning point, a transformation, a metamorphosis. The exact historic moment that transformed an icon into a true legend forever. Years later, wrestling historians would debate the significance of this legendary match, analyzing every move and every moment of drama that unfolded that historic night. But those who were there, the 20,000 witnesses, would always remember it as the night they saw the impossible become reality. The night a showman proved he was also a warrior. The night respect was earned through action. Andre the Giant would always remember Hulk Hogan as the man who surprised him completely, who showed him that authenticity and entertainment could coexist. And Hulk would carry Andre's profound words of respect with him for the rest of his career, knowing that he had passed the ultimate test not just of strength, but of character. In the locker room afterward, as Hulk removed his yellow boots and unwrapped the tape from his wrists, he reflected on how a single conversation had pushed him to discover something deeper about himself. He had walked into that arena as Hulk Hogan the Entertainer, doubting his authenticity. He had walked out as Terry Bollea the complete wrestler, validated by the respect of a legend. The trembling hands were steady now. The doubts were replaced with absolute certainty. America's wrestling hero had become something more than a character. He had become truly authentic in every way.